Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create a custom title block. So first thing we're going to do is go to File, New, Title Block. You need to choose a size. I'm going to start with an 11 by 8.5. So to start with the title block, I'm going to go ahead and draw some lines, which are right here in the Create tab. I want them 1.5 inches from the edge. Then I'm going to go ahead and create some sections on the side here. I'll just add the sections as they go. The first thing I'm going to do is insert an image of the GW logo, but it could be any logo you want. If you even want a logo, your title block does not have to look like mine. It could look like any title block that you think works best for your group. I'm just showing you the basics on how to create a title block based on the one that I already made. So if I go to Insert, Image, and there we go, there's GW logo. I'm going to add a little line here. After I do that, I'm going to insert text. There's two different types. There's a label or just general text. I'm going to insert a label. I'm going to click here. And then next you'll see there's a big list that pops up of different options. I want this to be the project name. Apply. Now the difference between labels and general text is that where a text is just like a general text box, a label can be adjusted in the project parameters. So once you determine what, for example, the project name is for your project, you can set that as your properties, and it'll show up on every single sheet in your model, so you won't have to type in the same thing for every single sheet. So I'm going to call this project name, and I want it to be centered. And I can also adjust the font here. I think that font is a little big, so tag 1 here is as default, but if I go to edit type, let's say I want to call this tag 2, and I can label the text size, and then I'm going to cut it into 3/16. And also, if you want to adjust it a little, you can tap the arrow keys up and down, just like that. And there we go, now we have the project name. Next, I'm going to add another label. And I want this one to be the sheet name. I want this one to be, I can set this as tag 2, or I can make the font even smaller. I'm going to edit type, tag 3, and I'm going to make this one 1/8. And I can center this too. Next, I want to add the sheet number, so I can do a label, and I'm going to leave this one as tag 1. Insert a line. See, this one I don't have to worry about space below because this will just be a series of numbers, but whereas for project name or sheet name, if the title is longer than this line, it'll just continue down to the following lines, which is why I'm leaving that extra space there. So now I have the sheet number. I'm going to insert a few more lines here. Now to start with, I'm going to add a general text box here, which I just type in. I'm going to type in author, but first thing that you're going to see is this font is way bigger than we need, so I'm going to do a similar thing we did below with the tags, but this family is different. It's a text family, so I'm going to duplicate it, call it text note 2, and I'm going to call it 1/8. Then I'm going to add here. Okay, mouse just froze up for a minute there. Okay. Make that tag 3. Sometimes you need to click it, then do that. This may look weird at the moment, but again, once you open this title block into the model, you'll be able to adjust what the labels actually say. So, I'm gonna add a second text box. There we go, sheet issue date. Then I'm going to add the scale. The 1/8 for 1 feet is just the sample value. You can change that when you're inputting the label. And you also notice this box here, if that's too small, it'll, change the horizontal constraints. And I'm going to center this again. And there we go, that's our last box. Now I'm just gonna add a few more things. Since I had this extra space here, I don't really have any particular use for it, so I'm just going to call this notes. Someplace that I can put extra information if I maybe run out of room here for whatever reason. I'll just leave that there. And then at the bottom, I'm going to insert a final label. And this is going to be the timestamp. Date timestamp. You see, you can change the sample value here, but timestamp just tells you the last date and time of when you open the file, which is great for keeping track. But I want this, I can move this over, but you see it's a little big, so let's say I want this to be even smaller. Tag 4. Maybe that's even a little too small. 30 seconds. I'm going to adjust this to the right. There we go. This is my finished title block. Make sure to save it. I already have a title block folder. And now you can import this. You could click load it into project, or you could open it into your project, which I'll show you how to do in the next video.